Y'all want me to light it? I always wanted to light this. Oh, because I'm not Jewish. That's why.
Hello?
He used to treat you worse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's not what I need to look at. 6:56. What? Although, don't they, isn't the live stream on it 6:45 or something? So, notices, putting your hands under your armpits and sniffing. Did you ask Janet and?
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to CNT for Shabbat services. My name is Pamela Henderson. This is Glory Rosenberger and Eddie Birch on piano, here to lead you in worship this evening. Before we start our service, though, I'd like to ask Della Costa, our shamus, to please inform us about the announcements.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Now's the time to register for CNT's religious school for preschool through 12th grade. Kids get access to amazing teachers, a varied curriculum, and a great community and quality Jewish education. Register now. You can do it online, and you can call the office for the area code. Register now for longtime CNT member Jeff Wolf's 4-part Zoom workshop, From Aging to Saging. The 4 classes take place from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays, August the 21st and 28th, September 11th and 18th, of this year. It costs $120 for all 4 classes, and a portion of the registration fee will be donated to Congregation Ner Tamid. Learn how to become a wise elder, mentor younger generation, share your wisdom, fully live a winter life, and prepare to complete life in peace. To register and for more information, contact the office. CNT's Adat B'nai Mitzvah students book drive is collecting for Spread the World Nevada, STWN, an organization that provides risk students and books to call their own and help promote early childhood literacy. Please donate your children's books in the book drive drop box located in the front lobby through Monday, August the 1st, 2022. Help CNT Adat B'nai Mitzvah students help the homeless this summer. Outside the sanctuary, there is a box where you can donate men's shoes, bottles of water, and take-out containers if you'd like to donate money for the cause. There is also a Vino code by the box, is one of the organizers, and she's offered to pick up your items and let you drop them off at her home. The high holidays are approaching, and we will be reaching out to you to gather information for your Yisker Memorial Tribute Book for 2002 at 5783. Look out for your Yisker Memorial Remembrance Reminder, and please review it for any corrections and additions. Initial the attached copy and return with payment. Now is the time to enroll in the Gary and Lynn Cantor Early Childhood Education Center's preschool. Schedule your tour today by calling the office 702-733-6292 and inquire about the early bird specials and referral program. To shop at the CNT Sisterhood, Mark L. Fine and Family Gift Shop this summer, please call ahead for an appointment. And proceeds help support Sisterhood's Fund for youth scholarships and for CNT religious school students. Good Shabbos.
Shabbos.
As we begin our worship this evening, we begin with song, Shalom Aleichem, on page 142 in your copy of Mishkan Tefillah.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that could never be exhausted. But on Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, a day of rest, a day of wonder, a day of peace. I invite Marilyn Goldstein and Janet Duda, our greeters extraordinaire, to light the Shabbat candles for us. Please join us on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We turn to page 138 to welcome Shabbat.
La 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 Dodi, ya la 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 Krat Kala, ya la 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabe, ya la 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 Dodi, ya la 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 Krat Kala. Ya la 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibor echad Hishmeanu El HaMiuchad Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad L'Shem U'Tiferet Ve'Lithilah Ya la la Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi Ya la 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 Lekrat Kala Ya la 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Verse 2 Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nelcha Ki mikor habaracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'maksheva Techila Ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 lekrat kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise to greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha ufsehola toch emuneh am segula boi chala ya la 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 lecha dodi ya la la lekrat kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekabe. Ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 lekrat kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
We turn to page 146 for the Baruch.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la.
Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema is on page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod אותו לעולם ועד.
Please be seated and join us, please, on page 154 for the chanting of the Ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושינתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכלך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לתותפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אדוני אלוהיהם אמת.
We turn now to page 158 for the Mi Hamocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא.
Page 160.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkifeinu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkifeinu Leshalom, Ve'ha'amidenu Shomreinu Lechaim, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Hashkifeinu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkifeinu there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Page 162,
If
Shamru.
you must dance. We want to see. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת וימים עשה אדוני ואת השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ונפש, שבת ונפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Last time. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Please turn to page 164 as we rise for tefillah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imatenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ואלוהי האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם וזרע שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל, אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך פעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לך חיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh, the holy God. Please be seated. We take a few moments now for silent prayer. You are welcome to skim and read through the Mishkan Tefillah if something speaks to your heart, or you can speak thoughts of your own. We now turn our thoughts to people in our circle of family and friends who are ill of body, of mind, of spirit, people whose struggles weigh on our hearts. We think in particular of Bessie de la Malera, Jean-Marc Chaubert, Logan Knapp, the Knapp family, Valerie Rocher, Yirmiyahu Ben Sarah, Stephen Cohen, Angela Thompson, Ira Tisch, and Sunny Spiewak. If there is anyone in your heart this evening who could use a prayer, please stand, and as I turn to face you, please say their names. this time we join together in Misha Berach on page 371.
Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor HaBracha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Good Shabbos, everyone. If you've never written a sermon before, there are two things you should know. First, you should never wait until the last minute. Writing well in advance of the delivery date, as it were, is always better. It allows you time to practice and revise as needed to craft a effortless sounding presentation. Second, you should allow the topic to present itself to you in a natural, organic manner. Forcing the writing makes for an awkward, insincere sounding presentation. But sometimes those two requirements are mutually exclusive. For example, I was asked to lead tonight's services on Tuesday, the same day that I was flying to Santa Barbara for a girls' retreat with my BFFs. Needless to say, while I kept my eyes, ears, and heart open for a topic, none presented itself. And truth be told, even if it had, I probably wouldn't have had a chance to write it down. So this afternoon, I arrived at the airport for my flight home. I was more than a bit anxious about my still non-existent sermon, but hoped I'd find a topic. I had just sat down to read the Torah portion of the week while waiting to board when the gate agent made an announcement. Due to high winds in Las Vegas, she said, the airport is on a ground close until further notice. I'll let you know when things change. Immediately, passengers started whining and complaining to each other. This always happens in Vegas in the summer. I hate it. Gee, thanks, Mother Nature. A few people actually got up and went to the counter to complain directly to the agent. I have a connection to make to get to Dallas. I can't be delayed. I have plans tonight. I can't be late. Whining and complaining, like they did when they were little, in the hopes that their parents would let them have dessert, even though they didn't finish eating their dinner. But all the whining and complaining couldn't change the situation. McCarran was closed, and there was nothing the gate agent or anyone else could do about it. I texted Glory and then resumed my reading. And then I laughed. In this week's Parsha, Moses and the wandering Jews have just finished their 40 years journey through the desert. You'd think there'd be all sorts of celebrating, but no. The people have arrived in the wilderness of Zin, and there's no water. But there are a lot of snakes. Almost immediately, Miriam dies, and shortly thereafter, Aaron dies. And here's what made me laugh. There is, quote, yet another eruption of discontent in which the people speak against God and Moses. Imagine that. Another eruption of discontent. Since the moment these people left Egypt, they have been whining and complaining about everything. First, they complained that, caught between Pharaoh's army behind them and the sea of reeds in front of them, we're all going to die. Ye of little faith, Moses told them. God didn't save you from bondage only to have you die in the desert. And sure enough, the waters parted. Delighted, the Israelites rejoiced. Oh, but how quickly they forgot that miracle. Later, on the far shore of the parted sea, they grew hungry. But there's nothing to eat, they cry. We're going to starve to death. We should have stayed in Egypt. Yes, we were slaves, but at least we had food. Again, Moses had to calm the masses. God didn't save you from Pharaoh's army only to have you die in the desert. And sure enough, there was manna. Delighted, the Israelites rejoiced. In this week's tale, Moses and God provide water and abolish the snakes. And delighted, the Israelites rejoiced. Again and again through Torah, the scene replays itself. For 40 years, whining and complaining, doubting Moses, doubting God, and then rejoicing when it all worked out. I honestly don't know how Moses put up with them. But here I was today, listening to the passengers, whining and complaining, doubting that things would work out, which they did. Only 10 minutes after the first announcement came the second. The winds have subsided, the airport is open, and we will begin pre-boarding shortly. Delighted, the passengers rejoiced. This, I believe, proves one thing. Whining and complaining are not behaviors unique to wandering Jews, but instead apply to human beings in general. When we don't like a situation, we whine and complain as if that were enough to change the facts. Over the past few months, a number of situations have developed that many people don't like. As a result of the war in Ukraine, gasoline prices have soared. In the wake of COVID, supply chains are still interrupted. And most recently, the Supreme Court has made decisions which are widely unpopular. Many people have responded by whining and complaining, as if that were enough to change anything. It isn't. On the other hand, we can't be content to sit back and wait, assuming that, like the winds in the Las Vegas Valley, the situation will eventually change. Instead, I believe we must hearken to the familiar prayer of serenity. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, wisdom to know the difference. I cannot end the war in Ukraine. As much as the scenes on the nightly news disturb me, I can't control what leaders of foreign governments do. But I can support local efforts, like the humanitarian mission that Rabbi Axelrod recently made to provide the victims of war with assistance. I can't control gasoline prices or supply chain issues, but I can choose when and where to drive or choose to shop from local vendors. And I can't whine and complain until the Supreme Court reverses its decision simply because I don't agree with it. That's not the way the process works. But there are actions that we can take to let our elected officials know where we stand on these issues, and work to create change in that way. After all, that's how these most recent changes were effected. As human beings, we are often unhappy with the way things are, but whining and complaining doesn't help. If we are angry, we must put that anger to use, turning it into meaningful action. And soon, if we work together in pursuit of peace and justice, we will be delighted and we will rejoice. Shabbat Shalom. Please turn to page 586 as we rise for Elena.
I have nothing to complain about. You're here. Otherwise, I would have been rabbi, and it's like, I can't do it. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelaz mukeleach haratzot, veloch klamanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegoralenu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated. As we come towards the end of the service, our thoughts turn to those people in our circle, our family, our friends, our fellow congregants who are no longer with us, those for whom we are reciting Kaddish, people that we lost within the past week, including Brenda Tisch, June Roberg, Sarah Poster, Elena Zilberman, Mark Hirsch, and Lenny Van Dolen, as well as those who are being honored with their yahrzeit, the annual anniversary of their passing, including John Anticol, Estelle Borichoff, Saul Bossack, Joe Cuevas, Irving Eichner, Robert Frankel, Jason Jean Caspro, Ilsa Jonas, Irving Kirschbaum, Melvin Krause, Jacob Lader, Norman Lederman, Carl Lunenfeld, Erwin Molaski, Ralph Oren, Roberta Price, Ron Richardson, Michael Roth, Adolf Roth, Sam Sandberg, Malka Santer, Ruth Schiller, Anita Cerno, Earl Sorum, Mary Ellen Jensen Stokes, Marion Sussler, Arnold Taxel, Gerald Toffel, Morris Wahlberg, and Larry Wolf. If there is someone on your heart this evening for Kaddish or yahrzeit, please rise, and as I turn to face you, please say their name. Thank you. We turn to page 598 and rise for Kaddish. Page 598.
Yit gadol v'yit kadash shemei rabba, be'alma divrach yiruteh ve'amlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uv'yimechon uv'dekrei dekol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'zman kari v'emiru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitalel, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha b'richu, leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'oma v'emiru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'emiru amen. Ose shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'emiru amen.
May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated. As we prepare for Kiddush and Motzi, I'd like to extend some thank yous, please, to Del Costa, our shamus, Leslie Sinadowski, our program and communication and marketing all in one
Genius.
person. Genius, absolutely. Lee Posey, couldn't do this without you. And thank you, Glory and Eddie, for joining
And
me here
Pam.
this evening.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the winds of change for letting me come home. All right, Kiddush and Motzi. Let's see. If you're wearing blue, I got. If you're wearing blue, please come and join us on the bima for Kiddush and Motzi.
Who knew?
I didn't until just this moment.
Jim is colorblind, obviously.
Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
Good juice. Challah. Challah for challah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Dell's going to bring the challah around to the congregation. And Glory, what's our closing song?
Always when I'm chewing. Oseh Shalom, of course. Oseh Shalom b'mrama, Uyaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'meru. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.